Hello, gods and goddesses, and welcome to another episode of the Goddess Chronicles. I am your host, Elevar.Maximus, and today's episode is called I'm Not Addicted. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment, plus share. Let's get in the episode. Today, we're going to be talking about addiction. And before we even get started, this is not an episode to shame anybody. This is an episode for everybody. I would like there to be some commentary in the comments, and I don't want anybody to shame or come for anybody in the comments as well. I just want to put that out there first off. This is a community of where we love each other and we can speak freely to each other and we act like adults and we respect each other. Addiction definition by Merriam-Webster. A compulsive, physiological, or psychological need for habit-forming substance, behavior, activity, having harmful physical, psychological, or social effects, typically causing well-defined symptoms such as anxiety, irritability, tremors, nausea, weight gain, weight loss, upon withdrawal or abstinence, equal the state of being addicted. Also, a strong indication to do, use, or indulge in something repeatedly. Physical addictions. Alcohol, tobacco, opioids, marijuana, prescription drugs, PCP, amphetamines, cocaine, hallucinogens, methamphetamines. Behavior addictions. SEX, food, pornography, exercising, working, religion, spirituality, cutting, video games, gambling, relationships, addicted to love, cheating, the internet, social media. Uncommon addictions: tattoos, lying, chewing ice, hand sanitizer, drinking it, cleaning, eating hair, plastic surgery, stealing, pet hoarding, piercing, hair pulling their own hair, hoarding, the obsession with death. This is not an extensive list of addictions, obviously, and I know I missed some. I actually didn't put some in here on purpose. I want to hear in the comments the ones that I missed and what you guys think about that list. The spiritual awakening journey is a roller coaster ride, and we as humans walk through the world mindlessly with these habits and these addictions and these patterns that we don't even realize are a problem because we do them so often, and a lot of people around us do it so often. And some of these addictions, we know they're addictions and we hide them and we don't tell anybody. For my personal spiritual awakening journey, my guides have been guiding me to get rid of all my addictions and things that I didn't even know were addictions. For instance, we're going to talk about like meat. I became a vegan some months back, and I didn't realize I was addicted to meat because I've been eating meat all my life. And when that was taken away from me, I displayed some of those traits that I was talking about. Sometimes these traits and addictions can not only cause ourselves harm, but cause the people around us harm. Recently, I counseled a woman who was a severe alcoholic, and her husband was an alcoholic. So this was an addiction that they shared together, and they were the type of couple that when they got together and drank, the cops were called and they were fighting. And it got to be so bad with those two that he was abusing her physically, mentally. And then also they ended up losing their children, their 3 children. And the woman came to me because she was so frustrated with her life and it had just gotten so out of control. And then also with all the domestic violence, with the alcohol, it was making her a very violent person. So this woman continued to go to jail time after time after time. And her future was starting to look really bleak from all the addiction to alcohol and all the trouble that it had caused in her life. I don't counsel this person, but I ran across this person. And they told me that they had just got out of surgery for having cancer in their throat, and they could only eat soft foods. And I said, okay, but they were sitting there smoking a cigarette. And I was like, okay. And they said, I will never stop smoking. This is my, like, in the double digits surgery. I was very surprised. And then this person also smoked meth, drugs. So I feel like this person had just given up on life. It is very sad. Addiction can cause people to do harm to themselves that they would never imagine. The last addiction I'm going to speak upon is the love addiction and relationship addiction, and that it can also veer into the cheating addiction. People love to be in relationships. I was actually reading something, and the reason why people love to be in relationships because love is the highest form of emotion that there is. So it makes sense that people want to be loved, right? But people are not partaking in the most healthiest relationships when it comes to love, or treating their partner properly, or their partner treating them properly, and they're staying and they're getting treated like dirt, kind of like the first example of the woman I was talking about who was being abused. And then you have the people that just give their love away. They're with everybody and anybody that will take them because they're addicted to the feeling of being wanted and being loved, even if it's just for one night, 1 hour, one day. That's the way some people operate because it is an addiction. And then you have the people that are obsessed with cheating. A lot of those people are just simply not satisfied in life. They're missing that I love me component inside. So they're trying to get the love from everybody else to fill themselves up. They have to figure out their own self-worth because that's just not something that somebody else can fill you up with that you can sustain. And that is, again, why we're on the spiritual awakening journey, so we can figure out how to love ourselves and stop looking for everybody else to fill our cup. If you have a leaky cup, you're gonna have to figure it out one day or another, or you'll just go through life hurting yourself and hurting others. In the year 2024 is the year that we are going to have to be looking at these addictions with a microscope. Again, I'm going to say this. There's some things that we don't even know are addictions that we're doing. And your guides will probably point it out to you. I had that happen to me a few times this year of things that I was doing that I was like, that's not an addiction. And they're like, oh, but it is. For instance, I'm going to give coffee. I drank coffee for many, many years, and I was called to give it up. And if you would have asked me, I was like, I am not addicted to coffee. I was addicted to coffee, and it's okay. I've given it up now, but again, I'm not telling anybody else that you're addicted to coffee, so don't come for me in the comments like I'm not giving up my coffee. I'm not asking you to. I'm just saying these are those type of things that are more, I would say, a sneaky addiction. If you would ask me how you could get over some of these addictions, I would always recommend light language. Light language is my go-to. I love light language. Find a practitioner that you like. It's readily available on YouTube, TikTok. There's practitioners out there that will help you with personal light language as well. If you have any of these addictions as well, there's a lot of psychologists, therapists, spiritualists that are ready to help you. If you are a member of the church, maybe go talk to your pastor, your priest, your clergy, whatever suits you. There are resources online for anything that you're looking for. There are hotlines. You can call hotline if you're having issues. But gods and goddesses, let's try to take care of these issues in 2024. So in 2025, we're creating a better world, not only for ourselves, but for the future generation and the kids that are coming up. Know that I love you. God bless.